Okay, welcome back everyone to Favorite Bands A to Z. And now we're on I, as in, I don't know if I should continue this series because it's not going the best, but it's a lot of fun, so I'm gonna see it through, and yeah, they're fun videos anyway. For I is the easiest letter so far, which I was very relieved about. Though still, I was kind of between three, I gotta admit, and I really have to give some props to Incubus because they were one of my first favorite bands. Um, they were the first band that I remember actually knowing all the members' names of, like each personality. Before that, I listened to, and I've said this before on the channel, but a lot of electronic music, and Smash Mouth became my first favorite band, but I didn't know any of the guys. Like, I kept seeing Greg Kemp's name. Um, and yeah, then I liked Sugar Ray, but I didn't know any of their names other than maybe Mark McGrath and DJ Homicide. And then when I got Incubus's CD, I memorized all the band members' names. Make Yourself became my instant favorite CD. And this was the first band shirt I ever owned when Crow of the Left of the Murder came out. And I still have it. It's just a little faded. But getting all that out of the way, they didn't get number one. Number one is going to be I Mother Earth. That's the favorite band. And I always knew these guys. I always heard them on the radio. I always liked them. I always liked Edwin a lot. I got into his solo career way before liking I Mother Earth. And then eventually I came around on I Mother Earth with their next lead singer, Brian. And then I kind of went backwards from there. Like I bought Blue, Green, Orange first. And then I went back and bought these ones. And I don't know if Quicksilver Meat Dream probably wasn't out yet at the time. But they've only done 4 records. But I always come back to them. And they rank so high nowadays for me because their live shows are incredible. And the first time we saw them live is probably one of my favorite live shows I've seen. Might be top 10, and I've seen a lot of good ones for sure. It was just so memorable because they played for 3 hours straight, and Brian was their lead singer then, and he has so much energy and so much passion and love and connects with the audience so well, and he's got pipes, of course. And of course they did do a lot of stuff from this record and the one before Dig. And my pick is Scenery and Fish. That's my pick for favorite release. And yeah, I mean, this one, for a while, this was my least favorite of the 4. And now I can't really decide why because it's so solid front to back. You know, the non-singles are as good as the singles. It just flows. But I mean, Dig is an incredible album. But yeah, for a while I preferred the Brian stuff to the Edwin stuff. And I really don't think they made a bad album. I know that Quicksilver Meat Dream definitely didn't connect with audiences. Their hardcore fans got it, but it didn't relate to any radio play or, you know, they missed gold status, they missed platinum status and all that. So, but yeah, I Mother Earth. Mostly only Canadians know this band, but if Americans, I mean, One More Astronaut got played on the radio a little bit, but they never really became a huge success over there. And but yeah, they're absolutely an incredible band, and this is an incredible release. So yeah, they get my I pick. My runner-up though is Iron Maiden. I had to give it to them over Incubus because, you know, by the time this came out, they had been a band for what, 30 years or 35 years or something, and they were still going strong. And you know, the lead singer, Bruce, bounced back from, I think he had throat cancer or something, and we saw them on this tour, and it was incredible, and it was a very memorable live show because they had a big temple on stage and all these pyrotechnics, and Eddie, this huge Eddie on stage that kept assaulting the guitarists, and that was funny, and you know, great set list and everything. This is going to be my pick for releases, though I could have easily picked Power Slave, because I love that one, and I love the first couple, even though they're stylistically different and different lead singer. But, you know, this one made me a fan. I was very late to the game with Iron Maiden, and I picked this up when it came out at HMV or Sunrise, and yeah, day it came out, and thought it just blew me away how consistent it was, and how so late in their career they were putting out something so vital. And you know, I had heard The Trooper and Rime of the Ancient Mariner in high school, and as soon as I heard this, I go, why didn't I investigate that band further? And why didn't I become a fan? And why didn't I listen to my friend who, I think he'd seen them 2 or 3 times by the time we went to go see them on their 2015 tour. But yeah, Book of Souls, all the purists will be like, don't pick a new Iron Maiden one, but a lot of people would agree this was a great return to form. And yeah, I just picked them over Incubus because, you know, they bounced back, and they had a pretty crap time in the 90s, and some maybe less than desirable material. So you can find, like, you know, a good studio album in there, but generally people would agree. But Incubus, I mean, I still love all their older stuff, and like up to this album, but then once they got to Light Grenades, they got a little less inspired, and that's a good rock record, but then after that, they weren't really making albums that, for me, ignited my imagination, and yeah, I wasn't really that big on them after that. But I still love them, and, you know, I'd still go see them live, and I still look forward to a new release, because I hope that their 9th album is a lot better than their 8th, because that one was so disappointing for me. Quick runner-ups to Billy Idol, who I also got into really late in the game, and now I've realized just how edgy and great his material is. And then another runner-up, Interpol, especially because of their debut, Turn on the Bright Lights. That is an incredible album, though I didn't like Antics like a lot of people did. And then they kind of bounced back. I liked the ones after Antics a lot better again. A lot of people think that that band just keeps going downhill, but I think that, you know, their 4th record is interesting, and Our Love to Admire is even better than Antics, and I think overall they're a good band, but that debut just set the bar a little too high, and they never quite measured up, but they're always an interesting band, and yeah, so only 2 runner-ups, thankfully. So yeah, so see you for Jay tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and we'll continue this series. Adios.